Welcome to my channel, The Visionary Parent, Empowering Parent-Child Relationships. Now, today I'm back with one more topic, one more episode discussing about are parents really responsible for their children's behaviors? Now, before we go into that topic, I would like to throw some light on why exactly nowadays we are seeing a lot of coaches emerging. Why exactly are there a lot of parenting coaches, and why has this particular subject, particular life skill been given a lot of importance these days? Now, I would like to throw some light on um, why exactly are these coaches emerging nowadays. Now, since the last one decade, the technological era has increased, has evolved to a different level. Now, metaverse and the virtual reality has actually become our physical reality, right? Now, we are living in a resource abundant society, and children are at the exposure of anything and everything that they want to see, right? And that's the reason the screen times have increased. The parents do not have enough time for their children. Children are getting influenced by the outside world because the social media has you know evolved to such an extent that it's at the fingertip. Everything is at fingertip, and that's the reason children are getting carried away. They are getting influenced by outside influences, the outside shiny objects, right? And that's the reason why it's at the most important uh, on doing the parenting the right way. Because if you feel that I will do everything on my own, there are two ways of traditional way of parenting. First thing is you will do exactly the way you have been brought up. The second way is you will do exactly the opposite of what happened with you, right? In both the cases, you are actually damaging your children's future, because if you're going to do the same way you were parented, like 30 years ago, the situations were completely different, and today it is the need of an hour to change ourselves. So if you feel that you're going to do this the way that your parents had done, you are going to face that generational gap. And if you feel that you're going to do completely opposite of what your parents did with you, I think you're just deluding yourself, because the programming that you have been through was from your parents, and you will be following the similar kind of behaviors until and unless you decide to unlearn all and reprogram all of that was taught to you when you were a little one, right? So you will be deluding yourself if you are saying this to yourself that, you know what, I'll do exactly opposite what my parents did with me. You have to really have that courage to unlearn everything. You need to surrender to a system. You need to, have a mentor in your life who will show you the right way, who will show you the right direction. So the traditional way of parenting is not going to work anymore. And that's the reason parenting nowadays has become such an important topic. And that is the reason I am on a mission to help 100,000 parents heal their inner child, because the inner child, like from 0 to 12, whatever programming has been done with us, we are still carrying it. And until and unless we forgive, and we rewire our brain for success, we heal ourselves from our past wounds, nothing is going to change for us, right? And we need to build a vision for our children. We need to have that astronomical vision for our children. It's not how much your children know or how much knowledge your children have at in today's date, because we live in a resource abundant society. We have information available everywhere. So information alone will not create transformation, right? So we need to have that vision. It's about what core values your children live with. And that's the reason parenting is so much an important topic, an important life skill that needs to be learned. Now, let's go ahead and look at what the topic is. Are parents responsible for their children's behavior? Now, there is a concept that I share even in my masterclass, which I'll be sharing right now. If you have not registered for my masterclass, do come, because that's where I go deep into different concepts. That's where I help you realize your own potential. Now, there is a concept called, or there's a science behind why our children are not listening to us, right? Or why children are following our behaviors. Now, there's a concept called mirror neurons. We all have mirror neurons in our brain, and these mirror neurons are responsible for um, replicating whatever is going on in front of our eyes. So, yawning is a classic example of mirror neurons. Yawning. Now, if suppose I tell you that if I yawn right now, how many of you are confirmed, like 100% confident that you guys will yawn too? Because that's the basic, that's a classic example of mirror neurons. Mirror neurons want to replicate whatever is going on in front of us. And that's the reason it's called that kids are excellent imitators, they're not good listeners. They are going to follow through our behaviors. Now, these are the behaviors, those little nuances that we follow through in our lives, which are going to have an impact. Until and unless we realize how we are behaving in front of our children, they are going to follow through. Now, let me give you an example. Now, if suppose I have my mobile phone and I'm just scrolling through, I'm just doing something on my mobile phone, and my child comes to me and she actually wants to take a permission of doing something, or some sort of permission she wants, and she comes to me and she tells me, Mama, can I do this? And if suppose I don't give her that the required attention, I'm just scrolling through and I'm just saying to her that, हाँ ठीक है, बाद में देखेंगे. If I'm doing this, that's the kind of behavior that she's going to observe. And next time when I want to say something to my child, I want to ask her something, when I want some answers from her, she will be doing something. She will be having her notebook, and she will not be responding to my question, because that's what she followed through. That's what she observed me doing. Right. So even though I believe that we are not responsible for our children's behaviors, because we are only there to facilitate them, but we are responsible towards our children's behaviors, so that we are, living the right set of example. We are walking the talk. Whenever we are saying things for our children to do, we are following through. So, although I don't believe that we are completely responsible for our children's behavior, what I meant by that is, when I want my child to, greet others, greet elders, and if she's not in a mood to do it, or if she's not in a situation where, the elder is pretty new to her, pretty a new face for her, she is not going to greet that person, and we need to give them some space. And we do not need to feel guilty that my child did not greet others, right? Because we feel why are we feeling guilty? Because we feel that we are responsible for their behaviors. Some of the behaviors we are not responsible for, but we are responsible towards giving them the right set of values, right? If this is making sense, just give me in the chat box, makes sense. Because we are not completely responsible for them, but we are responsible towards them to give them the highest values, highest core values, right? So you have responsibility towards giving them the right set of values. Now, because we are primary teachers and discipliners for our children, right? Now, many people fail in their parenting journey, not because they are inadequate or lack love for their children, but they procrastinate. They give warnings to their children and do not follow through, right? So that is also a very important lesson that we all need to learn when it comes to feeling that if we are responsible towards them or for them, right? Now, if you have not yet registered for my masterclass, I would highly recommend you to register for my masterclass, and I'll see you there. And if you feel that this video was useful, valuable, give me in the chat box what were your key lessons in this particular video. And follow my channel, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done that. Hit the bell icon, because I'll be sharing a lot of videos with you in coming few weeks. And yes, I'll see you later. Bye bye.